a Facebook and KR review and intestinal fortitude gang Flesheater coming at you once again. Fantastic Four. So you want to know about that? I didn't hate the movie. Was it an unnecessary reboot? Oh hell yes. But I've seen worse Marvel adaptations like Ang Lee's Hulk, Ben Affleck, and Daredevil. This movie, the thing about it is, though, and I love the director's other previous movie, Chronicle, but the problem with that is, I think the reason why Chronicle did so well is because that was an original movie. That wasn't based on a comic book or anything. So those were basically his characters, and he was free to do whatever he wanted with them. And the problem about him directing a Marvel movies are kind of restricted. So whatever the studio says, you have to do. So you don't have a whole lot of freedom doing that. I just don't think that, I think his name's Josh Trank or whatever the hell his name is. I don't think he was right for a movie such as this. They didn't look like the Fantastic Four. It didn't have the feel of a Fantastic Four movie. Although I kind of liked how Miles Teller kind of played Reed Richards, because he kind of reminded me of myself, because he's kind of nerdy and socially awkward, which is basically kind of like every Marvel alter ego, which is maybe why, which is probably what got me into reading comic books in the first place, because I can relate to Bruce Banner, who has anxiety and psychotic episodes like I do. But getting back on topic, yeah, I mean, they didn't look like anything like, especially Johnny Storm, him being black. I'm going to get racial for a minute. So just put all that PC shit away. I even heard a couple black people saying they should have just hired a white guy, stick with the source material to play Johnny Storm. But not only that, but none of them looked like how they did in the comic books. Even Reed Richards didn't have the white streaks in the hair. The Mel Gibson, the Mel Gibson look from Road Warrior and Thunderdome. The old grandpa look. Yeah, they look like kids. They look like high school kids. I don't get what was up with that. At least in the original movies, they looked like how they did in the comic books. Even Jessica Alba, who I thought was miscast for that movie, looked more like Sue Storm than the chick they had in the movie. I would wait for Redbox, or I guess I heard you can download it. So if you can find a movie website where you can download shit, yeah, I would just check it out for free. The plot, I don't really think there really was a plot. Dr. Doom was only in there for like 10 minutes. Like I said, the movie was only an hour and 45 minutes, and they spent most of the time just kind of like building up the characters. And I'm not going to give anything away, but when they teleported to that planet or whatever the hell that thing was, Dr. Doom was left behind there. So throughout the movie, you forgot about him because they didn't mention Victor. They never mentioned, oh, we got to go back and get him. You don't remember him until maybe the last 20 minutes of the movie when they fight him. And you're like, oh, right, he was in the movie. They don't really talk about like what happened to him, like, oh, we left him on that planet. They don't mention that shit. So, yeah, that I kind of had a problem with. But, like I said, I didn't hate the movie. It's just, for an hour and 45-minute movie, they really shouldn't have made most of the movie building up on the characters and trying to make them figure out how to use their powers. That was kind of ridiculous. Now, if it would have been like, how most Marvel movies are like 2.5 fucking hours long, if it would have been that long of a movie, yeah, I can understand them like building the characters, and then maybe in the last hour and a half. Maybe the first 45 minutes they kind of build up on the characters, and the rest of the movie they just have them, you know, fight Doom and all that. But it was kind of a short movie for a Marvel movie. It was really short, and I don't know. Like I said, I didn't hate it. You know, but I've seen worse Marvel movies like Hulk, and you know the first Hulk movie. The Incredible Hulk I liked, but the first one, Daredevil, oh, Elektra, that one I always tend to forget about. That's probably the worst one that I've seen. But anyway, all right, I'm just blabbering on. Yeah, I would just. At least the theater was empty. I mean, I didn't have to fight for a seat. Anyway, if you can, oh, my battery's almost dying. If you can download it for free, good, watch it. If not, just wait for Redbox. All right, gang. Flesheater out. How do you turn this fucking